I want to start this episode off by thanking you, yes, you, for tuning into my podcast. It really means a lot to me. If you could do me a solid favor, though, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, rating, review, whatever it is to show that my podcast is getting a little bit of attention from you guys. It would really help me out, reaching out to more and more people. So if you could do that for me, I would thank you forever and ever. This is the West Dakota Dad, episode 34. We're going to be talking about graduation. We're going to be talking about rest. And those of you watching have probably noticed I got a fresh new cut, thanks to the guys down at Dapore's House of Barbering here in Dickinson. They do a fantastic job. For those of you listening, I look like a solid 10 right now, okay? And even if you think, yeah, whatever, Cody, you're probably not quite a 10, maybe a solid like 7.5 or something like that. Or even though I don't care. My haircut's a 10, so therefore I have the confidence of a 10 right now. I'm feeling good. Thanks to Paul down there. He is a very personable person, very kind, and let's just face it, his work speaks for itself. It is fantastic. So that's down at Dapore's House of Barbering down here in Dickinson. No, it's not an ad. I'm just a very grateful person right now. So go check those guys out. But yeah, graduation. My little brother just graduated not that long ago from high school. Not that long ago, being a couple weeks ago. And so now he is going to be going to a tech school to become an electrician. I'm going to be kind of following in my footsteps there, even though I didn't go to a tech school. I kind of had to do it on my own. But he's actually going to be making his own footsteps because, let's just face it, his feet are way bigger than mine. But, yeah, so I got to watch him throughout his senior year, and one thing I had noticed that schools take a lot of pride in their seniors, which is awesome. I feel like they should. And because you cannot go to any banquet, any senior night or graduation without the school at least giving some recognition to each senior for whatever, they'll say what activities they're in, which clubs, which sports, maybe some volunteer hours they did, maybe a big project they accomplished, maybe they made National Honor Society, maybe they are valedictorian, or what scholarships they have got received. So, I mean, they brag a lot, which is awesome because they worked really hard for it, and some recognition is, I think, well-deserved. And the only thing I will say is there's a lot of students out there that might not be able to participate in as many activities and events or anything because maybe they are working full-time almost outside of school to save up for a car or for college, or maybe they work on for a family business or a ranch or a farm where certain seasons they just are too busy to be able to participate. So there's to you guys. There's your recognition. Congratulations on graduating, and keep up the good work there. But with that being said, it also made me realize, man, students are incredibly busy people. We all are in a way. But when you start to go down the list of all the things a person has accomplished, I mean, you start to think, wow, these people were busy. And it's like they had no time for rest. Like, maybe they did. I don't know. But we just had a church group the other day that we talked about the Sabbath and why, as one of the commandments, 10 commandments there, why is that one often broken and no one bats an eye or feels guilty about it? As a matter of fact, if you practice taking a rest, you almost feel guilty that you are taking rest because there's so much things to do. And of course, my first thought was, well, you don't go to jail for not taking a rest like you would like thou shalt not murder. But it's true. We tend to wear busyness like a badge of honor. The more we accomplish, the more people applaud and congratulate you and everything, which is good. I'm a person that I can't sit still for very long. I like to be doing things, especially building things with my hands. But we wear busyness like a badge of honor in a way. And I tried to figure out, where did this transition come from? Because I remember there used to be a push of when rest was very important. Think about, when you were a kid, you had to take naps, whether you liked it or not. And me being a parent of a young one, I know there's a huge push for, they need to sleep this much, they need to get this much rest. It's important for their growth and their development. Parents, when they rest, you should rest too, because you never know when you're going to get as much rest. You're probably not going to get very much rest, just to flat out put it. And then what do? We take the time when they're down to get stuff done, because now we don't have a little one running around and we can just really hammer through some things. So yeah, then there's this shift where they get to the age of being able to be in activities, and we want them to be able to, find what they like. And so we just put them in everything to see what sticks and what they like. And then our schedules just become jam-packed, busy. And I think from that point on, we are continuously busy. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but we need to also make sure that we are taking that day of rest. God rested on the seventh day. So therefore, if God rested when he was creating the world, why can't we rest? I know in the gospel there's many places where Jesus took a nap. So they're talking about rest and why it's important, even without saying how important it is. And I know some people will say, well, yeah, but Jesus also worked on the Sabbath, so what gives here? Okay, well, let's turn to Mark chapter 2, chapter 2, here we go. Verse 27 and 28. Okay, this is right after the Pharisees had stopped Jesus and his disciples, and they tried to question Jesus to get him in a trick there for working on the Sabbath. And Jesus, so 27, then Jesus said to them, the Sabbath was made to meet the needs of the people, not the people meet the requirements of the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord, even over the Sabbath. So there you have it. It's kind of like the Ten Commandments are not necessarily we have to follow them in order to receive grace, because we receive grace through Jesus. The Ten Commandments are more or less a gift to us to kind of keep us safe. If we follow them, it keeps us safe. Thou shalt not murder. If no one murders, then that's a way of keeping us safe. Keep the holy day of Sabbath. As a society, we don't let our phones die, so why should we let our bodies get drained? Okay, we got to recharge those batteries. There's a huge push anymore for mental health. Okay, we are so busy as a society that we are draining ourselves. We're becoming burnt out all the time. So if I had any advice to give to the seniors and everything, one piece of advice, because I probably have many pieces of advice, and that would be, is we need to make sure that we rest, recharge, whatever it is. And resting does not have to be on Sunday like we think it does, because a lot of people in ministry work on Sunday, so they might choose a different day to have their day of rest. But you could choose whatever day you want. It doesn't have to be sitting on the couch. If you're a person that sits a lot during the day for your job, you might choose going for a hike out in the woods, or going for a hike somewhere. It clears your mind and it gets your body rejuvenated. And if you vice versa, if you have a labor intensive job, maybe read a book or something. Whatever it is to just kind of unwind and recharge, that's what the goal is there. And obviously don't forget to kind of meditate and maybe pray a little bit, worship with some friends and family and everything. That's where it's all about. That's what it's all about, guys. Okay, so that's what I had for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the West Dakota Dad. And till next time, we'll see you later. Thank you.